This is the National U.S. History B final round, sixth grade. All right, let's start with toss up one. This man successfully argued in Dartmouth College versus Webster. That is correct. That is plus 6 points to Samrat. Let's question two. Richard Nixon graduated from this university's law school, and its undergraduate alumni include Stephen Miller and J.D. Pritzker. This university, known for its blue years, is incorrect. That is -2 for the Dom. Known for its Blue Devils sports teams, Duke. That's correct. That is +5 to Andrew. Question 3. This man was chosen for the position of running mate on the National Union Party due to his status as a leader of the War Democrats. This man by Josh. That's correct. Yes. +2 Jack. +5. Yes. Question 4. This politician ran for a governorship as a Democrat, only to immediately switch party affiliation after defeating Republican candidate Bill Cole. This politician, whose family owns the Greenbrier Resort, was formerly the only billionaire in the state of West Virginia. For the points, identify this current Republican senator, the successor of Joe Manchin. This is Jim Justice. Question 5. People who were part of this colony supposedly left messages on the... That's correct. +6 to injury. Yes. And are you all okay if we start spell checks at 10 and then do every 5 hours? Sure. Yeah, yeah, of course. All right, question 6. This man's former lover, Ruth Kligman, spent the last years of her life trying to authenticate one of his paintings through hairs that fell off a polar bear he owned. And his wife, Lee Krasner, was also a famous painter. This painter's most valuable work, number 17A, was featured in a 1949 issue of Life magazine. Rockwell is incorrect. That is -2 to Andrew. Which asked if he was the greatest living painter in the United States. The pioneer of action painting, for the points, named this American painter nicknamed John Pollock. That's correct. +4 to 7. This polity was governed by the Great Law of Peace, written on one of the New Orleans That's correct. For us, that's +6 to 8. This person married a Belarusian woman named Marina after defecting to the Soviet Union. This man was briefly employed at the Texas Schoolbook Repository, from which Lovely Harvey as well. That's correct. +6 to both. Right. After dropping out of Stanford, this person first gained acclaim by launching Leap, and he announced the Stargate project. Steve Jobs. It's 2 to go. A little water. Yeah. Stargate project in 2025. This man was briefly removed from his post as CEO of a certain company in 2023 due to concerns about its nonprofit nature and safety concerning artificial intelligence development. Mark Zuckerberg. It's incorrect. That is -2 to Samrat. For the points, named this man, who is the current CEO of OpenAI. So Sam Altman. 10, and then we'll do the scores out. While holding this office, Harry Daugherty was cleared of all charges in relation to the Teapot Dome scandal. Frank Murphy and Robert Jackson both held this office before Franklin Roosevelt appointed them to the Supreme Court. It's incorrect. That's -2 for Samrat. held this office before Franklin Roosevelt appointed them to the Supreme Court. Robert F. Kennedy held for the points. Attorney General. That's correct. For 4 points to each. People was fortune.
Okay, let's see, we have Vedant at -2, we have Samrat at 2, we have Hayden at 6, so you have Bolan at 8, and Eachin at 9, and Andrew also at 9.
Mm-hmm. 11. In response to the work by this author, John Chalmers took the pen name Candidiasis to claim that it would lead to civil wars and intestine commotions. That work by this author argued that time makes more converts than reason, and proposed a continental charter to replace the Magna Carta. This author of Common Sense, correct, plus 5 to Andrew. Well, George Snowden headed the militia's response to this event, which was organized by Governor Robert Pattinson. During this strike, Emma Goldman and Alexander Berkman conspired to assassinate Henry Clay Frick. Postage strike. That's correct. It's plus 5 to Wow. How much do you get? That's not. It's a very good one. The title is excuse me. 13. The 1973 occupation of this location was led by the group in protest of Alcatraz. That was -2 per cadent. In protest of Richard Wilson and unfulfilled treaties generally. This location was the site of violence during the Pine Ridge Campaign, which was fought against followers of the Ghost Dance. Correct. Plus 5 to each other. 14. After resigning as leader of this group, Richard Marcinko founded Red Cell, a group designed to highlight military security vulnerabilities. The CIA-led Operation Neptune Spear was carried out primarily Al-Qaeda. -2 for bone.
U.S. Navy SEALs.
Prompt.
U.S. Navy SEALs to capture Osama bin Laden.
Incorrect. -2 for Somrat. That's correct. That is plus 5 to go. 15 and 1 more squash. This man was abducted by Thomas Hunt and sold as a slave in Spain, and later acted as an emissary to Squanto. That was plus 6 to bone. That's 6. Oh.
To score that, we have Samrat at 0, with Caden at 4, Vedant at 8, Bolan at 12, and Andrew and Eachin are tied at 14. All right. This is toss-up 16. This man, the author of My 60 Memorable Games, refused to defend his title against Anatoly Karpoy due to disagreements on B-Day. Fisher's correct. That's 6. Toss-up number 17. In 2007, this senator controversially initiated the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program to study unidentified flying objects. This one-time Senate Majority Leader invoked the nuclear option in 2013 to lower the cloture threshold for all nominations other than the Supreme Court. For the points, Las Vegas's airport is now named for what Nevada senator? time. We were looking at part B. Toss-up 18. Its author was arrested on charges of embezzlement at an Austin bank and fled to Honduras, where he wrote Cabbages and Kings. This man described a spoiled child who bothers his kidnapper so much that they. Oh, Henry is correct. That is for 5 for Andrew. Toss-up 19. One oration of this movement compares one group to greedy, hungry lions and claims that their foot shall slide in due time. George Whitefield was one of the leaders.
First Great Awakening.
That is correct. And that is for Bullen 5. Toss-up number 20. This policy was carried out by John DeWitt, and reparations were granted years after the enactment of this policy in the Civil Liberties Act of 1988. In Arkansas, Jerome and Rower were two sides where this policy was carried out, and this policy was upheld in Vermont v. Thank you. And that is for 5 for each end. For each end. Would you mind doing this spreadsheet, please, Bella?
Of course. Okay, I have Andrew at 19, Kaden 10, Adele 8, Bowen 17, Samrat 0, and Yucheng 14.
Any questions about this, George?
No.
Thank you. Toss-up 21. Olive Thomas starred in a silent comedy that popularized this subculture, whose other Hollywood symbols include Joan Crawford and Clara Bow, known as the It Girl. The term for this subculture is often attributed to a move from the Charles. Flowers is correct for 5. Chet. Toss-up number 22. This object displays an engraving which is based on the unfinished Athenaeum portrait, and this object was issued as a silver certificate until 1963. An Andy Warhol piece of 200 of these objects sold at auction for $43 million in 2009, and this object's reverse side features an Eye of Providence atop a pyramid. A $1 bill is correct. Okay, and that is for 5 for Andrew. Toss-up number 23. This event's participants targeted the Court of Common Pleas in Northampton and forced the closure of debtors' courts. Benjamin Shays Rebellion for 5 for each end.
What room do we have to get out of? We're here 40.
Toss-up 24. A slogan meaning, yes, we can, was popularized while this person was in. No, I'm sorry. I'll continue. That's negative 5 and negative 2. Sorry for dog. Engaging in a 25-day long hunger strike. Yes, for 6 for each end. To the dot. Thank you. Toss-up 25. The person who drafted this bill believed that it would enable the construction of a transcontinental railroad. This bill was opposed by
Kansas Nebraska Act.
Yes, for 6 for Bullock. Score check.
Okay. Right now we have Andrew 24, Kaden 10, Vidal 6, Bowen 23, Samrat 0, and Luchin is at 35. 5 to go.
Toss-up 25. The person who drafted this bill believed, toss-up 26. In 1909, this man praised free Reconstruction era schools and lamented lack of property redistribution in the last speech by a black man to the American Historical Association until 1940. Booker T. Washington invited. No, I'm sorry, I'll continue. That's Andrew negative 2.
W.E. Du Bois.
W.E.B. Du Bois is correct. And that is for 5 for Bullen. Toss-up 27. This man was the only American to have been awarded the rank of General of the Armies during his lifetime. And at St. Mihiel, this man, Pershing for 6, correct, Vidon? Class of 28. During this conflict, General Norman Schwarzkopf led coalition. I will take that. Just do that. Roll it. And that's for 6, 4. Jen.
And you're up. Congratulations. We have each and our champion out with 41 points. Congratulations. Then we have Roland with 28, Andrew 22, Vidal 12, Kaden 10, and Salvat 0. Very good.
Toss up 29. The photograph Migrant Mother captured one member of this social. And taking question. No, I'm sorry, I'll continue. In a photo, by a photographer in the Resettlement Administration, and was termed the Mona Lisa of the 1930s. Many members of this social group sought out agricultural work in the Central Valley, and the book The Grapes of Wrath was written about their struggles.
Like people who were bankrupt in the Great Depression, Dust Bowl, like in the Great Depression.
Farmers? Farmers?
No? Yeah, we need to know these treatments. It's just separate this one. Great, this is the last question. Toss up 30. The play Inherit the Wind is a highly fictionalized this case and premiered during the Second Red Scare. H.L. Mencken gained fame for his satirical reporting. Scopes for 6 or 8. So where do we stand, Bella?
Okay. We have in order, each and out 41, and then with your applause, we'll give out awards in the middle again. Just checking scores. Roland 8, Andrew 20, Hayden 16, Adolph 10, and Samra -2. Congratulations on the Do you want to ask them?
Great. So, Samra the Boogie. Vidal Ajay. Hayden Zhang. In third place, Andrew Potts. In second place, Bolin Zhang. And our champion for 2025, Echet Tom. Everybody did such a great job. I know we are all very impressed by everybody's knowledge. So thank you so much. I can't wait to see you all again next year.